Hello, hello. Hi everyone, it's Brooke-Sidney here. I'm actually chilling in Costa Rica, so I just wanted to hop on live and really talk to my friends out there about what's your Costa Rica. I don't know if you guys have been following me, but you may know a little bit about my Costa Rica and my kind of journey to get here, but I wanted to really press into your heart and press into your spirit to actually ask you what is in fact your Costa Rica. And by Costa Rica, I mean your big dream, your biggest desire, something that you really have like burning in your spirit to either do or be. And so I just wanted to pop on and really chat a little bit about your big desire, the things that God has placed in your heart, and maybe why or why not you are not there. Hello, Michael. Happy Saturday. So for those of you that are new to me, hello, my name is Brooke-Sidney. I'm a spiritual wellness coach and a soul story strategist. And essentially what I do, plain and simple, is I help people love themselves and the lives they are presently living. I specialize in working with what I call single mamas or indie mamas, of which I am one. And I love helping women shed whatever needs to be shed so that they can truly see the blessing in their healing and their story so they can sometimes share it with other people. That's where the soul story coaching comes in. I help people write books. I ghostwrite and I edit. And I just wanted to pop on because I think it's so important for us to A, acknowledge that we have dreams, and B, figure out what's blocking us from achieving them or from being them, because sometimes the bigger you is actually your dream. Sometimes what God has put in your heart for you to do, be, or become is actually, that biggest dream. That is essentially what I'm saying by what is your Costa Rica. So I'm just going to flip it around and show you guys. I'm actually sitting here in Costa Rica. It's humid. It's beautiful though. It's hot. I don't know if you can see the ocean there in the background. I'm not sure how well I can zoom or zoom out. But I wanted to get on while I was here and just chat about I feel like God-given dreams, things that God has placed in our heart and in our spirit for us to have, do, or be, and why we're not achieving them. So if some of you that have been following you may have read my post about how so excited I was to actually finally be in Costa Rica, because for me this was a dream truly deferred. So I've been doing the math, I joke and say lawyers don't math, but I think it was like 4.5 years ago, maybe three and a half. I was planning to come here to celebrate a big birthday with my ex-husband and my son, and I was super psyched. Like, Costa Rica has been on my list of places to go for years, okay? Years. You know how we all develop those lists? And I don't really call mine a bucket list because I don't really believe in that, but we have goals, we have destinations, we have things that we want to do, things that we want to see, and this was at the top of mine. And due to circumstances, my ex-husband decided, no, we're not going there. And now I ended up in the Dominican Republic. And although I know there are people out there thinking, well, at least you got to go somewhere, I don't live at least you got to go somewhere life. And that's not, I don't really feel what God is calling us to do is live things that, we're not really aligned with. Even though I had an amazing trip, my son got to go, it was fantastic, it wasn't really where my heart wanted to go. And so from that point forward, I actually truly felt like something had been taken from me. I felt like something had been stolen from me, and that there was sometimes when our dreams are deferred and we don't know the reason, when we're sitting in brokenness or when we're sitting in unhappiness, we're quick to think that something was taken. It's kind of part of that lack mentality. It's not having a miracle mindset at all. It's more like everything is, in a sense, kind of a equation, so to speak. So I really truly felt, like 4.5 years ago, that this trip was taken from me and that I had lost something, that in fact I was missing something. And so fast forward to a lot of the work that I have done, both to heal myself post-divorce, through the divorce, as well as just kind of reclaiming all of who God is calling me to be, as I started to see, everything is truly in its divine timing. Everything has an appointed season. And so even if maybe I had gone 4.5 years ago, I know that I would not have been able to experience this trip the same way and with the same freedom and joy and peace that I have. And so now I can see where it was totally divine timing for me at this point in my life. And so what I'm getting on to say, what I'm getting on to invite you to, is to see what is blocking you from having your big dream, your Costa Rica. And usually what it is, my friends, usually it is some sort of brokenness. Usually it is some belief that we're carrying that either we're not good enough to have some of the things that we want, that we're not deserving, we're not worthy, that it's not truly for us. So in essence, we start blocking our own Costa Ricas. We start blocking our own big dreams. We start blocking the life that God has really meant for us. And I believe if it is a God-aligned vision, then it's a God-aligned desire. And so it was always there, no matter what we're talking about. If it's of God and can glorify God, and you know what I mean? Like, you're meant to have it. And most of the time, there's only 3 things that can stop you. The enemy, whatever you guys, I believe is out there. Ego, or what I call the inner me, which can be our lower self, the part of ourselves that doesn't believe that we're worth all the things that God has designed for us to have, right? Have and be. And those things don't always come overnight or instantly, but they're ours to have when we are living in alignment with God's purpose. The reason I really wanted to get on today, was to encourage you to, first of all, have your own Costa Rica. I mean, there's definitely people I know that would love to be here. I'd love for you to be here too. I would so love for you to be here too. But I'm encouraging you and I'm inviting you to have your own Costa Rica, have your own big dream. But second of all, I'm also encouraging you to believe bigger and better, meaning about your life, about what you're capable of. And third, right? So these are kind of 3 prayers, 3 things that you can take into your quiet space, your quiet hour, your quiet time with God, is what's stopping me? Like, what's truly stopping me from living in that moment, being that moment, believing in that moment? I have a tool called the Goal Setting Package that really helps us vision with God and set intentions. And I believe when we start setting these intentions that we hear God giving us, and we start setting these visions and these goals, it helps us to move past any limiting beliefs. But there are some limiting beliefs where we actually need help with, and that's where I myself as a coach, a spiritual wellness coach, that's where I come in, because oftentimes we need people that can see greater and bigger into our lives. Now, God is always there, right? But unfortunately, our life experiences, that brokenness that I was speaking of, the things that make me feel like I was robbed from something, that it was taken away from me, even though we're making the best of things, we're rolling along like we're fine, that brokenness is also the same filter with which we see our lives, is the same way that we see God. And so when we have a coach, a mentor, someone like myself that can step in and is known to speak life into a person or life into their dreams, man, we start seeing our blocks and we start moving past our blocks, and then those God-given dreams and desires, they start happening. Like, it's truly, truly powerful, because then we become aware. That's kind of the soulful mindfulness piece. We become aware of what's actually slowing us down, to having that miracle mindset that enables us to see all that God has available for us and all that we are called to be. That truly is alignment, that's truly living in purpose, and that's truly our sweet spot, and that's where we're supposed to be operating from. So, like I had a post, I think it was on Instagram, about I'm blessed and highly favored, and I believe that I am, but I also believe that you are too. And the first step after knowing that God has bestowed that on all of us is actually believing it, and then the second step is walking it out. So those big Costa Rica dreams, those big dreams, whatever it is for you, they're available to you once you start believing and moving and stepping into that. And I'd love to help you. Like, that's why I'm getting on. I'd love to help you. I really don't want women, especially my single mamas, I don't want them stuck and thinking that what is in front of them, their present day life, is all that's available to them, because there is so much more. There's always so much more. And usually that inner me is usually the main enemy. Of course, as I said, there's always three: the enemy, ego, and the inner me. But oftentimes it is our brokenness, it's things that we've carried too long, that we need to let go so that we can really see all that is truly there for us right now and in the future. So if that's you and you know that you could use a little help and you need someone that's truly your cheerleader, speaking life to you and helping you see God's vision, definitely apply to work with me. My links are below. But either way, I really encourage all of you today to figure out what is your Costa Rica, what is your God-given dream, what is your God-given desire, and decide right now to not only have it, claim it, believe it's real, and then go after it, take steps for it. Those are truly the first steps towards having all the things that you want, including, beautiful Costa Ricas. So I'm wishing you all an amazing Saturday here from Guanacaste. Life is good, Pura Vida, Costa Rica. And definitely message me or go to the link for those of you that know that now is your time, 2020 is your time to have the things that you know God is speaking to you to have. Have an amazing Saturday.